Well, Ramma Jamma, block all the scammers. Welcome to the Bama Slamma. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, like, and click that bell. We appreciate all of the subscriptions. We make sure all of you want to get the best content you possibly can. Click that bell so every time we post a new video, you'll get notified immediately. Also, we want to thank all of you that are watching us on our Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/smackdraw. Don't forget to follow us and make sure every time the notification comes up that we're streaming, come in and join us. We love to chat with all of you in the chat. If you're listening to this on a podcast form on any major podcast platform, make sure you subscribe, leave us a comment, and also leave us a 5-star rating. All of our content is almost worthy of it. So the more 5-star ratings you leave us, I promise you we'll keep getting better and we'll earn them someday. Also, if you want to help our show out financially, you can go to patreon.com/SmackDrawPodcast, where you can see all of our monthly subscription plans, get a lot of cool stuff like our sticker packs, our t-shirts. You can get a shout out on our shows, and you can get so much more. If you want to just give us a one-time donation, go to paypal.me/SmackDrawPod. All the proceeds from our Patreon and our PayPal help make our brand better, make our shows better, and better for you, the listener and the viewer. Tonight, we're going to be covering and previewing and giving our predictions for the NXT Takeover 36, which is coming up this Sunday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in the evening on Peacock Network. And I'm going to introduce to you the great panel that I brought in to help make this happen. First, over to my right, you can hear her on our Thursday show, which is the She Elite Showcase, where she and Savannah do an incredible job discussing the landscape of pro wrestling and so much more. This is Katie, baby.
Baby.
Katie, how are you this evening?
I'm all right. How you guys doing?
We're doing really well. So, Katie, you are going to be actually in Las Vegas for SummerSlam this weekend, correct?
Yes, sir.
On a scale of 1
Hell
to 10.
yeah, that's fire.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you?
25. I'm so excited. I've never been to Vegas, and I get to meet up. I'm going to meet up with the guys from Young Kings out there too.
Awesome.
And it's going to be at SummerSlam, so it's a win-win.
Play one penny slot for me, would you?
I can do that.
All right, awesome. Also, going across the aisle from me is a number member of the SmackDraw brand. You can hear him and Kyle on our Sunday show, The Rewind, as well as on his #MuteRN segments. He's the dog kennel master, and he's the Triple H to my HBK. It's time to play the RN game. RN, how are you this evening, sir?
What it do, Bama? You know I had to jump on for the NXT show.
Absolutely. I'm glad you finally got your camera working. We were nervous there for a second.
Man, Zoom literally hates me. I mean, Katie will tell you, I've had
This
is my brand new computer too that I bought specifically to podcast.
Right.
And Zoom always has an issue. Always.
Well, let's hope that hopefully you and Zoom and the computer can have a little come to Jesus meeting, and maybe y'all can get that figured out in the near future. Last, right below me, and certainly not least, he is the host of Back to the Ring Twitch show and podcast, where they cover NXT UK and memorable pay-per-views from the past. He also hosts his Legends Wrestling Federation every week on his Twitch channel. The doctor is in, and to him, the mat is sacred. Welcome, Dr. Bob. Doctor, how are you, sir?
I'm well. How are you today, Dave?
I'm doing great, man. It's been a minute since we did something on video, but I know we chat all the time on Discord, but we haven't done a video thing in a while.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. I'm looks like Back to the Ring might be starting on the Twitch channel in about 2 weeks, I think.
Okay.
I've got to get everything set up and whatnot, but yeah, we're gonna be going live with the recording of the show, so that'll be fun.
Okay, great. And Bob, I've already got a comment in the chat. Show off your shirt and tell everybody the story behind it.
Oh, it's my Sami Zayn shirt. I got this at the first NXT event I ever went to. They were doing TV tapings in Atlanta, and so me and my wife went one of the nights, and it was it turned out it was the episode where they booed Gargano out, or not Gargano, they booed Ciampa out of the building. Like, he came back and showed up, and he didn't say a word on the mic. he couldn't, because all they were doing was booing him and chanting "You suck" and chanting Johnny Wrestling the whole time. It was craziness. So,
Gotcha.
yeah. Well, I think Ricochet also debuted during that episode, or those episodes. So it was a fun. It was a really cool time.
Very, very cool. Well, guys, I know it's a little late. We just got finished watching NXT, which just went off the air about 10 minutes ago. We're actually going to be previewing and giving our predictions as well as our temperatures for this coming Sunday's NXT Takeover 36. This video will go on our YouTube channel tomorrow as well as our podcast tomorrow, so everybody can have a few days to listen to it and watch it before NXT Takeover hits Peacock on Sunday. Those of you that are not familiar with what we're doing tonight, we're going to be doing something called Check Your Temperature. This is something that myself and Crazy Nikki in Phoenix, Arizona created about a year and a half ago. All this is we take a pay-per-view or a major show, and then we just go around the horn and we talk about for every match on the card, are you hot? Are you cold? Are you lukewarm for that match? And then you just take a minute and a half to 2 minutes and explain why you are that temperature for that match. It's a great ice-breaking way to get discussion going, share comments and difference of opinions, maybe debates if they break out. But the most important thing is we all on this panel are huge fans of NXT. The black and gold brand is what we bleed, and we're passionate about it, and we are all very excited about TakeOver. So I'm looking forward to hearing what all these guys have to say, and I'm looking forward to sharing my thoughts on what's going to be happening this Sunday. Without further ado, guys, let's get into it. We're going to kick it off now and get into the NXT Takeover 36. The build has been interesting. There's been a dark cloud kind of looming over NXT over the last few months. We've all seen kind of what they've been doing with Karrion Kross on Monday Night Raw and the rumors that are swirling about Triple H and about the rebranding. We're going to try to push all that aside and just focus on the matches and what's going to be happening and the storylines and how they've been building up to them this coming Sunday. And guys, we're going to start with the first match on the card. Not sure if it's going to be the opener, but the first match we're going to talk about, which is LA Knight defending the $1 Million Championship against Cameron Grimes, who hopes to go to the moon. And if he loses this match, Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, must become the new butler for LA Knight. Bob, let's start with you today. Are you hot, cold, or lukewarm for this match?
I can't say I'm hot, but I'm definitely in the warm area. I like Cameron Grimes. I love LA Knight. I've liked him for a while. So they can both work. It'd probably be a good match. As far as the stipulation goes, don't make poor Ted DiBiase do any more of this silliness. Like, let him. I understand he's on TV and whatnot, but let him. If he's going to be with Cameron, let him be a serious manager. Don't, make him LA Knight's butler. So I think Cameron comes out victorious in this one.
Katie?
Yeah, I guess I'm just warm about it. Like, it's not like the match I'm looking forward to the most or anything like that. And I don't know. I mean, after tonight, I could see Grimes winning, but I don't know. I think Knight might do some shady shit and pull out the win. So I don't want it to happen, but I think it might.
RN, what do you feel?
I got Grimes winning this just because, like you said, I just don't see them making Ted DiBiase the fucking butler for. We already just did 2 months of this. Like, I don't see them happening, and you can tell that Grimes is one of their guys that they've been protecting and kind of putting a little bit into, as well as LA Knight. So I think this is Grimes' match.
So what temperature are you?
I'm hot for it. Like, this is probably my favorite feud that's going on right now.
Okay.
The matches have been fire no matter who they win against, and I mean, the skits and shit have been hilarious. So I'm all in on this one.
So you're looking over here in the chat. Thank you, Kyle. I worked on the stream trying to make it look a little bit better. Cameron Grimes and Knight are the best thing on NXT right now. I don't know. I don't know about that. The story's good. The vignettes were hilarious. I'll give them that. But I'm still just warm for it. At the end of the day, in the ring, they got to tell a good story. And I just am not. I'm not as excited about it as I was for the first match, for the actual ladder match for the title. That was more exciting to me. So I do love that they've done a great job of helping turn Cameron Grimes into an actual babyface. Now I want to see him win, whereas in the past he was a great heel. So good job with that. I'm predicting Cameron Grimes to win this. I think I agree with Bob. I think Ted DiBiase's come. He's put over Cameron Grimes. He's given him as much of the rub as he can. It's time for Cameron Grimes to wear that title and take it into the next level. So I do think Ted DiBiase is going to ride off into the sunset and enjoy his millions and millions of dollars. And we will see what that looks like in the future. But for right now, I'm just going to say that I'm just warm for it. So
I think this is the start of LA Knight's main event journey after losing this.
You really think so?
I could see that. He's got really good heel heat. I mean, he's been been doing a really good job at being a heel, and with as much charisma as he has, to get him people just booing and hating on him, it's good work.
Well, that's my thing too. Who else is it going to be? If all the speculation, everything is true, Adam Cole's gone. Karrion Kross or Joe, either one of them could be gone. You don't really have that main event top level heel. And to me, like as much as I love Swerve and all them, even Delgado and all them, like nobody has, like Bob said, nobody has the charisma that LA Knight has.
The only question I have about this, and all of y'all chip in, is LA Knight's finisher a cutter or a bulldog? I can't really name what it is.
It's a bulldog. It used to be EC3's move, and I think Dean Ambrose did like a version of it. He put you in the headlock instead of like doing like a stunner or whatever.
What do you think, Bob?
I think I agree with RN. I'm not crazy about the move itself. I wish they would have just let him use the gravy train because that looks just vicious. But neck injuries and whatnot, I guess they're worried about that. They'll let people fly off the ring and fly into each other all the time, but let's not do a dangerous looking move. Anyway.
See. Katie, you want to add anything?
No, I agree with RN.
Okay. All right. Next match. Match that I've been chomping at the bit for several months. Raquel Gonzalez, Big Mama Cool, defends the NXT Women's Championship against HB Kai, Dakota Kai, which is a great retelling of Big Daddy Diesel and Shawn Michaels, and it has been done to perfection. I'm loving this story, and I'm very much excited about this match. Katie, we're going to start with you this time. Hot, cold, or lukewarm?
I'm hot for the match. The build has been good. Like, Kai and Gonzalez are great. Dakota, this is Dakota's time to shine for sure. Like, she's walking out of Takeover with the title hands down. But I love everything that they're doing, and even after their thing tonight, still calling Dakota Kai sidekick and stuff like that, just pissing her off to the point where she's gonna unleash and she's gonna win. And what happens after with Raquel, who knows? But Kai's finally getting her title that she rightfully deserves.
RN?
To me, it's Kai all the way. I mean, that first round, that first like sit down side by side that they did, like that shit gave me chills. Like you never think, I always think of her as like knockoff Bailey's, starting off with team kick and all that shit in the pose and stuff, and like to look at her progression to now. And to me, I think this is NXT. I think this is where they do the hard reset. That's why I think all the belts are going to change hands for the most part. And I think they're going to call. I think Raquel needs to go up. Honestly, once she did all of this, there's nothing else for her to do here, and there's not any other real viable opponents for her after Kai. I mean, that's what this whole feud is about. There's nobody being left, so Dakota Kai stepped in the spot. So
hot, cold, or lukewarm?
Hot.
Bob?
Oh yeah, I'm hot for it. I mean, like the whole storyline and the way it shadowed the breakup between Michaels and Diesel has just been, and they didn't do it note for note, but they did enough of a tribute to it that, if you were a long-term fan, you knew what they were doing. You kind of saw this coming, but it was still, the execution was perfect. When Kai turned on her and hit that kick, like out of nowhere, just completely unexpected.
Beautifully
great. The promos since then have been so-so, but I think that's because they're scripting them a little too much. I feel like whenever Gonzalez goes off script, she gets better. When she starts speaking Spanish and just kind of gets that attitude, and she's not like obviously saying words that were told to her to say.
Right.
But I think, I think Kai walks out with the belt. It's going to be a good match. A big man, little man match always has potential to be great, and I think the two of them can work it really well. So yeah, I'm curious to see how long Gonzalez sells the knee. That's going to be the big thing because they're going to go after a knee. I want to see how she does that work with Kai.
I'm in agreement, guys. I'm red hot for this match. Again, like I said, I've been chomping at the bit for this. Shawn Michaels is my GOAT. He's my favorite wrestler of all time. And so the story he told with Diesel was so beautifully done. A best friend, the tag team champions, everything. It was Shawn literally almost sat down and said, it's going to work for them just like it worked for me. And it did. It worked so well. Monday Night Raw, backwards booking for 6 months. It's a good thing. But what's really funny about this story is something RN said, which is, who else is Raquel going to face? Indy Hartwell? I mean, Taya Valkyrie? How many more women can line up and face her when Charlotte Flair, her old nemesis Rhea Ripley, maybe Becky Lynch? These girls are waiting for her, and Raquel can mix it up and knock some heads around. So
put her on SmackDown. The SmackDown women's division is very, very thin. I mean, when you've got Carmella is your go-to main eventer behind Sasha Banks. I mean, no offense to Carmella, but she if they had a mid-card championship, she'd be a great mid-card heel champion.
Right.
So, if you put Gonzalez on there and immediately put her into a feud with Bianca or Sasha, you might as well just be printing money because those matches would be worthwhile.
I see your point. Part of me just wants to see her and Charlotte eye to eye because they are about the same height. But I completely see your point. No matter where she goes, she's going to make waves. She's very talented. Oh, yeah. She's much better.
She's going to Raw.
Yeah.
From everything that I've heard and all the people that I trust, they're going to go out of their way to build Raw back up.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think all the star power, a majority of the star power, I think SmackDown is going to be top heavy like it is, and they're all their upper mid card and as many main eventers as they can are going to shift over to Raw for that third hour, and just for the simple fact that USA is looking at what Roman's doing and they're pissed.
Yeah.
So I think after the draft, I think there's going to be a heavy shift to Raw.
If only they hadn't broken up one of the best factions they ever had on Raw, like a month after they got them together.
Unbelievable.
After I bought that goddamn shirt too.
I know. I love that shirt.
2 weeks
I couldn't
after
get away
I got
with wearing
the shirt,
that shirt, but I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, they're resetting after SummerSlam too. I mean, we just had Toni Storm come up to SmackDown. They put her silent until this feud's over with Sasha and Bianca. Toni will get in the picture. Liv Morgan's going to get a push, I think. The fans love her. So over on Raw, I think it just makes sense. But the draft's coming up in 2 months again. They can easily move players around if the next 6 weeks don't produce what they want to produce. So, but in terms of this story, I'm a huge fan of Dakota Kai. She's deceptively good. She comes off sometimes as a little, I don't want to say, I want to steal one of Bob's terms, indie-rific, but then when you actually sit down and study her, she's snug, she lays it in, and with her height, she makes sure that she's safe, and she makes sure that her stuff looks good.
That's what I was going to say.
I love that about her. Yeah.
She doesn't, that's what I was going to say. I don't think, she's not indie at all to me. I think she's prototypical WWE style woman. Like you said, snug, can work any style, can work with everybody. To me, she's always been one of my favorites. As soon as when she dropped that team kick shit and actually turned heel, she became one of my favorite women in all of wrestling, not just NXT. And I think now she's finally getting a chance to get her legs up under and show y'all what she can really do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I agree with RN. She's might have been a little green indie in the very beginning, but even when she does stuff that's kind of crazy, like a dive, well, for a smaller girl, you're going to have to do that kind of stuff anyway, but it always makes sense within the context of the match. Yeah. She's not just setting up spots to do spots or doing moves to do moves like some other people we've seen. So I think I have a lot of respect for her style, and especially being her size and still able to go out there and make it look competitive is really something. Speaks to her and her opponents.
Yeah, I agree.
She reminds me a hell of a lot of Sasha Banks, honestly.
I could definitely see that, and I'm gonna agree with all three of you. I think Dakota's gonna get this, and the only regret I have is why the heck Ember didn't go up with Shotzi, because I want Tegan and Dakota. I want that feud to finish, and they won't let it finish. But, oh well, I doubt that's going to happen. What's up, Get Show, and what's up, Blowout Man? Glad to see you guys in here. Keep sending us. And by the way, guys, all of you in your chat, tell us your temperatures when we get to a match. I want to see what you guys have to say. Moving on to the next match. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, my bad. I'll make sure I get this right. Oh, yeah, here we go. Battle for the NXT United Kingdom Championship. Ilja Dragunov versus...
Ilya.
Oh, okay. I always say his name right. Wrong. Bob, go ahead.
Ilya.
Thank you.
Ilya Dragunov.
Because the J throws me off. Ilya Dragunov versus Walter with a historic Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan-esque reign of, Bob, what's the count? 870-something days?
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head, but it's ridiculously long. I mean, the caveat, a lot of it did happen during the middle of the damn pandemic.
Right.
So, but it's still really long. And yeah, well, I'll talk about that when we get there.
I say, well, Bob, it's NXT UK. Let's start with you. Hot, cold, or lukewarm?
Oh, I'm white hot. I'm on fire, like phosphorus, like a phosphorus grenade. Like, you couldn't put me out for this one. The first match was my match of the year last year. These guys, it's going to be brutal. It's going to be everything that I think a modern day professional wrestling match should look like. They're gonna be tight. They're gonna lay in their stuff. It's gonna look like a fight. And again, I don't know who's gonna win here. I kind of want Dragunov to win because I have a feeling Walter's coming over to NXT, but I also it's gonna suck not having Walter as the champion on NXT UK because he's such a presence.
Right.
And yeah, but this will also, let me just say, if you're not watching NXT UK, watch NXT UK. It's the best wrestling show that's not on television. I think it's the best wrestling show, period. But anyway.
Yeah, it's a great show. I'll jump in. Yeah, I'm hot. Good grief. Walter he's such a throwback, but he's got enough of a modern edge that you take him seriously. And I love that. He doesn't come off as there's nothing corny about him. He's brutal. He's a vicious man that at the same time is very respectful of the business. He's really trying not to hurt people, but man, it looks like he is. And I just really love watching him wrestle. Him and Ciampa is one of the best matches I've ever seen. It was so well done, and I'm looking forward to this match as well, the sequel to the first match they have. I'm going to make the prediction. I think with the Undisputed Era officially gone and Adam Cole moving on to other things, I think Imperium's going to take their place, and I think they're going to become the new faction that runs NXT. So UK needs a champion. Ilya's going to get it. I think Dragunov's going to keep that belt, and he's going to take it over back to the UK. And A-Kid and the Irish Ace, oh gosh, what's his name? Jordan Devlin. Yep, those guys are going to be waiting for him. So I
think
Coffee. Yeah, all these guys. They're going to be. There's a lot of great fights ahead of him, and he's got a title to defend. And I think Walter, coming after Samoa Joe. Yeah, that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to matches like that. So I'm excited about it. Katie?
So I don't watch NXT UK.
Okay.
Of course.
Because shut up, you've known this. We've literally did the NXT recaps for like a year, RN. I don't watch NXT UK. Come on now. I don't have time. There's too much wrestling happening. I can't focus on that right now. But I have
Stop
seen...
watching AEW and watch NXT UK instead, and you'll still save yourself an hour.
Oh, that is not a conversation I'm having right now. But
your temperature is...
my temperature, I'll say I'm hot. I'm hot for it because I did watch their first match. Like, hands down, very entertaining. Like, and Walter's chops scare me because you're like how no one's chest has concaved. I don't know. It's crazy. And Dragunov's a beast, and he doesn't look it.
No.
Like, he just looks like a scrawny little dude, but he's killing it. And I loved that, like, the match with him and Pete Dunne last week. Fantastic. Him and Roddy tonight.
Great match. Great match.
So seeing this and, like, actually being able to, like, sit down and watch it instead of, like, having it be, like, while I'm doing other stuff, I'm very excited to see it. And I do think, I mean, I originally put Walter, but after tonight, I think Dragunov's going to take it.
All right. RN?
I'm hot as the fick for this. That's probably the only person on SmackDown that watches NXT UK. This is the match I'm looking forward to the most, and it's everything like you said to me, Bama. Like, I know Walter has been hesitant about coming over here.
It's time.
He actually made it pretty adamant that he didn't want to come over, but like you said, there's a vacuum now, and this gives Dragunov the chance to be the man over at NXT UK, and there's no shortage of fucking opponents over there for him. Mm-hmm. So, and I think, like you said, that Imperium needs to be the faction that takes over, and Walter with anybody on that roster is going to be fire. So, like, to me, and him and Ciampa, once they get together, that's going to be my end-all be-all, because them being tag team partners before and all that, and even eventually maybe even getting to see them get together. Like, I've been talking, Katie will tell you, I've been talking about that since Thatcher got there. So, like, I'm hot for it for sure.
Interesting. I like that take for sure. Looking over here, Getcho says temperature's too hot to handle for this one. Kyle says hot all day. WWTT Pod says HOT. Reek says Ilya's going to mess around and he's going to have a chest like Kofi at the end of this match.
Right.
Oh my gosh, that is funny.
And the worst part, just him, he's so pasty. Like, if you flick him, he turns as red as your damn Crimson Tide hat. So, like, that just makes it look even worse when he gets those chops. Like, it's literally looks like.
I mean, look at his chest after going against Roddy. I mean, Roddy has like some of the stiffest chops,
yes,
but still.
Yeah, it looks like he had a red tracksuit on.
100%. Yeah, it just.
Yeah, his chest ends up looking like hamburger meat by the end of the match.
Facts.
Say my gosh, yeah, and from what I could tell, Walter he's slimmed down. He's a machine.
Oh,
he looks so more fierce now.
He wasn't messing around during quarantine. He was doing something.
Well, there's a saying, and I think I forget who was talking. It might have been you, Dave, but you were saying you believe Walter, and that's you can't make him believe the business anymore. You can't make people believe that the business is real or that the matches are real, but you can make them believe that you are real.
Yes.
And I believe that Walter is real. 100%. Every time I see him, and he takes everything seriously. He takes all the promos seriously. He's not goofy. You never see him be, he's not a guy you're going to, I don't want him to get up to the main roster and have him doing skits with the fucking Viking Raiders out on a fucking golf course. Like, you see what I'm saying? What was that?
You might as well book that.
You say you spoke it into the universe.
Right. Yeah. They'll be throwing axes in no time.
I hope Vince isn't listening. That's a good point. Here's my final question before we move on. They lost oh gosh, what's the name of the
Alexander Wolf?
Yeah, they lost Wolf. I was like, I know his name's Wolf. What's his first name? So who should be number 4, or do they keep it at 3?
It's got to be Thatcher.
Thatcher.
Gotta be Thatcher.
It'll be Thatcher.
Arn has been saying this for a year and a half, probably. It's got to be Thatcher.
It's got to be Thatcher.
They teased it last time Walter was in here.
Right.
And Walter and Thatcher need to break up anyway, because that's kind of run its course as far as I'm concerned. I'm kind of getting a little.
Oh, you mean Ciampa?
Okay, Yeah. Thatcher and Ciampa. Sorry.
That's okay.
But so that's kind of run its course. I'm tired of the sitting in front of the garage doors and the chairs. It's just, how can we miss you if you don't go away? You need to switch it up. You need to do something different. And that would be a great way to do something different, and a great way for Ciampa to have matches against the guys in Imperium.
Yeah.
So
Good point. All right. The match for the NXT Heavyweight Championship, Karrion Kross probably his swan song on the black and gold brand before he becomes a full-time member of the Monday Night Raw roster, defends his NXT title versus Samoa Joe, the submission machine. Katie, we're coming straight with you. Hot, cold, or lukewarm?
Oh, I'm so hot for this match. Joe's about to kill Karrion Kross. I'm so excited. I love Samoa Joe, and like everything he did on the main roster was great. Hell, even him on commentary was great. But now seeing him back in NXT, back where it started for him, WWE was, it's gonna be such a good match. I can't wait for him to choke out Karrion Kross. That's the main thing I'm excited about. Joe, like, Karrion Kross is already doing stuff on the main roster. He's just gonna chill on Raw, do whatever. He's not gonna take Scarlett with him, which is the dumbest decision I think I've ever seen.
Is that official?
I mean,
She wasn't even with him tonight.
She's not been with him anytime he's been on Raw. She's not with him tonight.
She's coming. She's coming. She keeps tweeting about his stuff on.
There's
on
something
Twitter.
there. Yeah, there's
He does
something there.
So they're doing something with her.
Maybe if he drops the title and takes like a week or two off and then comes back, maybe we'll get Scarlett. But
I think
but Joe's gonna win.
Yeah, I mean, I can wait till it's my turn, but I think they're wanting to see him lose it as a solo. So when they unveil Scarlett with him on the main roster, finally, it's a big deal.
Because she's the best part of that entrance.
I agree, 100%. 100%. She makes that entrance. 100%. RN.
He just looks stupid.
I tried to get behind this, but the stuff on Raw and Katie will tell you, like, I've never been high on Karrion Kross. I thought that he's green and halfway damn near dangerous, honestly, dropping people on their damn heads. I don't think he was ready for this push. I just think that he caught somebody's eye with his look and the entrance and everything. I think he should still be in the North American title picture. He shouldn't even have the title. So, and if Joe gets to break the record, win-win for me. Like, it is what it is. So
you're just warm.
I don't want to say I'm hot, but I'm not really warm. I'm kind of in between, like, because I know it's going to be a fire match.
Can't do that. Joe. Can't do that.
I'll go warm.
Okay.
I'll go warm.
All right. I'll go next, and I'll let Bob go last. I'm hot, but I am drifting more towards the warm. The way they booked him on Raw hasn't helped me. It just, I mean, I get it. I listen to Busted Open every day, and Bully said with guys like him, they'll bring him out, and same thing like they did with Charlotte. They'll bring them out, they'll beat them with somebody that should not beat them to see how they react. And if they come back through the curtain with a smile and go, fine, what's next week? They usually get a push after that. So it's stupid. I don't like the tactic. I think your first impression is the most important one you make, especially to the fans and the TV audience. But now they're making him a machine who's beating people quicker and quicker and quicker. And if they do bring Scarlett up and make the entrance better and make him someone who's to be feared, then okay. I don't like the way it started, but okay. But having said all that, Samoa Joe legit scares the tar out of me. This guy has always been scary to me because I believe everything that dude says. He's one of the few guys that literally, when he stepped across from Brock Lesnar and they had that promo battle, I said, Joe's not scared of him at all. Not in a real life shoot fight. Joe is not scared of Brock Lesnar. I think Joe would go into the octagon and would choke out Brock Lesnar. That's how scary he is.
Still should have won that match. I'm sorry. Joe still should have won that match.
100%. 100%. One of the biggest blunders that they've ever done booking-wise. Having said all that, y'all know my pick. Samoa Joe is going to break the record. He's going to get the NXT Championship. And him versus Walter, him versus, fill in the blank, any big guy, LA Knight, anybody that wants to get on his bad side, Joe's going to pick up that mic and shred them like he always does and put on 5-star matches like he always does. That's what Samoa Joe does. Bye, Karrion Kross. You and Scarlett go have fun on Raw. I hope they turn you into a monster because Raw needs a monster now that Bray Wyatt's gone. So be an actual monster that actually has legitimate in-ring wrestling matches. Thank you. Go do that for us, please. Bob, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess I'm in the minority here. I'm hot for it, but I'm hot because I really like Karrion Kross. I liked him in Lucha Underground. I liked him in Impact. I think he is a great promo when you let him cut a promo that's not him just being, I don't know how to put it. He can cut a Jake the Snake style promo where he barely raises his voice and sounds more menacing and more devious than anybody on the main roster.
I see that.
I like his work. I think it looks like a shoot, but it's not. And he has the look. He has everything you really need to make a good WWE superstar. And I'm excited for him to actually go to Raw and see what they do with him. Of course, they're probably going to fuck him up for about 6 months before they get it right, but that's WWE. They always do that. But yeah, Joe wins in a good match. I think it comes down to probably a mistake by Cross where Joe ends up getting him. I don't think Joe's going to beat him flat, but I think it's going to be a good match. I think Joe ends up winning. Karrion goes on to Raw, and I don't think Joe's going to hang on to the title very long. I think Joe's going to have 1 or 2 matches and drop the title to young talent and let them do it. I think Walter probably is going to beat him, and then they'll just throw everybody at Walter and see how that works.
I totally agree.
I think so too.
And I agree with what I think all the things that he said about Karrion Kross are the reason why I don't think it's the one thing that I don't think he's ready at is the in-ring stuff. So he got pushed further before he got his in-ring down. Like, I think that's the only part of his game that isn't missing. Yeah, it does.
Oh, yeah, his character works flawless. His character works great.
Yeah, and his promo, like you said, he does have that Jake the Snake kind of like visceral fucking like menacing feel to him. But I don't think he's there in the ring. And even Tommy Dreamer said that on Busted Open. I mean, people that have been around him, and they even said that he's getting a push too soon. And I agree. But at the same time, too, like, Raw needs something. And that entrance alone at least gives you 10, 15 minutes worthy of watching fucking Raw once they get the full entrance and everything in. So
I'll happily watch him come to the ring and beat people in less than 3 minutes for 6 months.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. He either needs that or you need to give him full-blown, stick him in there with Dolph Ziggler for a 6-month feud to get, you know what I'm saying, to give him something and give him somebody that can actually make him look good, but also make him better in the ring. It's one or the other for sure. Jeff Hardy ain't it.
Right.
No.
100%.
Well, Jeff Hardy can barely do his own thing in the ring anymore.
Yeah.
Facts.
No offense, but I've been begging Jeff to retire for a while now.
100%.
Facts. Same.
All right. I'm going to lay out a controversial statement just to see if you guys want to play around with it mentally at all. Is there any way possible Vince has just found his next Undertaker?
The only reason I say it's no is because it's Vince. And he can't look past fucking it being NXT and him being an indie guy and him not finding him. And he had his Undertaker and they just cut him. So I don't have any faith in management in WWE until they show me something otherwise. Like, I just don't have, because even like as good as SmackDown has been, it's not SmackDown that's good. It's Roman Reigns' storyline and his promos that are good. Mm-hmm. SmackDown, if you take Roman out of SmackDown, it's just as ass as Raw. So, I mean, like I said, I just don't have any faith in the writers or management of WWE right now as far as capturing lightning in a bottle and pointing it at somebody and tearing some shit up with it. I just don't have any faith that they can do that.
What do you think, Bob?
I mean, you got writers who know nothing about wrestling, so I mean, they're not gonna get it right. The only time they get it right is when they fall ass backwards into something. Right. As far as Karrion Kross being a new Undertaker, we don't need a new fucking Undertaker.
Yeah.
Like that ship sailed. That horse has left the barn. Let's let it go. We don't need another Undertaker, just like we didn't need another Hogan, just like we don't need another Ultimate Warrior. Let people be who they were and let, Karrion Kross be Karrion Kross. Yeah. He can be an evil, devious, person without being, and plus, and also maybe make it a little bit more realistic and less, silly, goofy light changes and fire coming out of people's hands and stuff like that. Just a thought. Just a thought. Maybe, just have, a guy who's really good in the wrestling ring and seems impervious to pain.
Katie, what do you think?
I agree with Bob. We don't need another Undertaker because Undertaker is a one-of-a-kind talent that.
So you guys know I don't want him to become the Undertaker like that. What I'm saying is I
understand what you're saying, but they're not going to.
Right.
I mean, RN kind of said it best. Like, management's trash, hands down. They have been for a while, but now we're starting to get to see the cracks.
Yep.
And I mean, if they're gonna build someone, I don't think it would be Karrion Kross. Like,
nope.
Yeah, he might look menacing and like can do some good promos and stuff. Aaron and I have talked about this. He's not super good in the ring, and he's not safe. Like, we have talked about this so many times. I feel like I'm going back 6 months. Like, it's crazy.
He's not that big either on the main roster. Like, he's the same size as like Kofi and him. Like, he's not. He looks like a monster in NXT because everyone's 5'5".
He's taller than 6'1".
Yeah, Kofi's 6. All right, so he's 6'2", what, 240? That's not a big guy. Compared to Drew, Lashley, Roman, all those guys, like he's a normal size guy. Like, he's not he's not a monster. Like, nothing about him is huge.
Yeah, so I don't think Vince is gonna build him like that.
Okay.
No.
All right. Last match of the evening. Probably will be the main event, and I think it deserves to be. Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole. 3 stages of hell, 2 out of 3 falls match. Here's what we're gonna do for this, guys. We're gonna first talk about our temperature for the overall story and rivalry and the match itself. Then we're going to go match by match, and I want you to talk to me and say who you think's going to win it and why. So first of all, I'll start it, and of course, I'm white freaking hot for this match. This is, I put it on Twitter, one of the best rivalries and stories that I've seen in the last decade. It has been done so well. The only blip on this story is how badly that unsanctioned match was. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. I've ripped it apart so many times. The entrance was bad. They had a line of security cutting the ring in half. Kyle is on the side where the entrance ramp is. He could have just easily jumped the rope and tackled Adam on the ramp. They're not blocking him from anything. It was done so badly, and then half the moves they did to each other would kill a normal man, and they didn't sell hardly any of it. So that match was so bad. The wrestling match about a month ago, A+. So good. So good. So that got me reinvested. They're 1-1 now going into this match. I'm white hot for it. It's the end of the Undisputed Era. I am so sad about that. But it is what it is. It's time to move on. It's time for Kyle to become a main event player on NXT. It's time for Adam Cole to flap his wings and become Adam Cole Bay on a national stage and hopefully a worldwide stage. So I'm white hot for this match. Katie?
I mean, do you see the little Adam Cole?
I know.
My nickname is fucking Katie Bay and has been for a year.
Actually, I can't see Adam Cole because the picture in the middle of our screen's hiding him. So if you want,
he's over there.
He's over there.
I see him.
RN knows he's always over there. I'm so hot for this match. I've always loved the Kyle O'Reilly Adam Cole feuds through everything they've done. Like, I wasn't like watching that back then, but once they both got into NXT, I went back and like watched everything that they've done. Anytime they were a tag team, and then their feuds in like ROH and stuff like that, the chemistry between the two of them is incredible. And the fact that this is more than likely Adam's like last hurrah in NXT, it's gonna be a banger. And it really is gonna be like the undisputed finale.
Correct.
Which is crazy to see. As once Bobby Fish got released, and there was no chance of like an Undisputed Era like reunion in any way, shape, or form, it kind of hit a little different.
Yeah, that's true.
And now this is gonna hit hard.
Yeah. Bob?
I'm actually kind of chilly for this match.
You're cold?
Yeah. I don't care about this feud anymore. I stopped caring about this feud when the babyface beat the shit out of the heel in an unsanctioned match. I was like, it doesn't have any more fucking heat for me. I'm not big on Kyle O'Reilly. I think he's been a fucking goofball since they brought him back after that match.
Preach.
And Adam Cole's on his way out. So I don't really care. Not only that, but it's a regular wrestling match, which I guarantee you somebody's going to work an arm or a leg that's going to stop being sold as soon as that part of the match is over and never be sold again for the rest of the match. You got a street fight, which is going to be a complete fucking clusterfuck. And you've got a steel cage match with the stupidest rules ever for a steel cage match where somebody can win by leaving the fucking cage. So, no, I don't care.
RN?
Well, first of all, cut his feed right now.
I'm not cutting his feed. I respect.
Mute him.
No, I mean, honestly, like, it might surprise both y'all for saying that you know how much I love the UE. Like, I'm not that far where Bob is, but I'm kind of the same. Like, because it's like
So warm?
I'm warm on it because, like I said, we've seen this already. Like he said, I already know how they're going to do it. The wrestling match, Adam Cole's going to win because Kyle's supposed to be the wrestler. The street fight.
Hold on. We're going to do that in a second.
Okay, well, I already know I was going to. Adam Cole. If Adam Cole doesn't win, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. I picked him to win. He should go out on top. He's been the MVP and the reigning king of NXT for 4 or 5 years now. Like
always do a job on your way out the door.
I don't think when you're that important to a brand and to not just a brand, but to like what that brand represents and who has been carrying that brand. I think sometimes you get a pass, and I think this is one of those situations where he gets a pass. There's no title or nothing involved. So if there's a title involved, I would agree with you. He should leave on his back, but being that it's not, he needs to go out on top. I mean, he's the undisputed king of NXT in my eyes. I mean, that's me and Bama. That's our thing. How we got so close was our love of UE defending Adam Cole. Like, he has to go on top. Like, and I agree with you. I think Kyle O'Reilly, he's nothing that I thought he was going to be. That cool Kyle, all of it was ass to me. To me, like, what happened to his charisma? Like, it's not there anymore for me. Like, I don't know. Like I said, to me, it ends up being everything Adam Cole was saying, that he is UE. UE is him. You got everything you got. The rub and shit you got was from him being the biggest star in that brand. And I'm seeing that more and more as we get to see Kyle O'Reilly on his own. So,
yeah, to quote Kenny for your thoughts, the best heels tell the truth. There wasn't a lie in Adam's promo tonight.
Not a single
one. Not a single lie. Absolutely.
They all going. That tells you that right there. Everybody's going except for Kyle, and he'll be at 205 Live if there was a 205 Live.
I say Brock.
Yeah, with their 4 people on the roster. Yeah.
Right.
So they pretty much already have made Roddy 205 Live. He was supposed to be a cruiserweight champion tonight, and Kushida backed out of the match for some reason. Hey, Wally the Green Monsters, good to see you.
He wasn't medically cleared. Probably got COVID.
Yeah, probably.
That's what I was thinking too.
Probably
because that's why Sasha and Bianca, they got COVID, and they're worried they're not even going to have the fucking SummerSlam match.
They fucking better, because that's one of the matches I'm looking forward to.
They pushed
Sasha's anti-vax, and Bianca was at Lollapalooza, so.
So they pushed the match on the promo on a commercial tonight, so they're not pulling the promos yet. We'll see. Tommy Streamer, what's up, man? And hey, yes, Vince, good to see you, man. All right, so now let's go around the horn. Katie, first fall wrestling match. Who wins and why?
See, I have this differently, like when you sent like predictions, so I'm gonna have to like send you it again.
That's fine. That's fine.
I think Cole is gonna take the first bout because he said like he can beat Kyle in a straight up wrestling match, and he laughed when Kyle kind of picked it as a stipulation because Kyle O'Reilly thinks he can 100% beat Cole, which, I mean, they've both, like, looking at their past, they've both won a numerous amount of matches against each other. So I really do think Cole's going to win the first bout, kind of give Kyle a little bit of a scare, and then we'll progress to each one as we go.
All right, RN, now you can talk. First match, wrestling match. Who wins and why?
Cole, like I was saying before, like they're going to flip it. Like she said, he has to beat him in the straight up wrestling match because he was talking all that shit about it. And yeah, like I said, it's Adam Cole for sure.
Bob?
Kyle O'Reilly. Cole was talking all of that shit to build it up so that when he gets beat in the straight up wrestling match, it shocks him. It puts the fear into him, making him have to win the second fall. Also, he's doing the job. He's giving Kyle the biggest rub he can give Kyle on his way out the door. So he's going to put Kyle over in the straight up match. I think Cole doesn't take Kyle seriously in the beginning of the match, and that's where Kyle gets the advantage and ends up getting the win because Cole's playing around with him too much because he's too cocky because he's a heel.
First wrestling match is going to Kyle O'Reilly because Cole already beat him in a wrestling match a month ago. Kyle said that didn't sit well with me. I want that match. Kyle's going to prepare more for the wrestling match than he will for the street fight. Cole's going to throw a super kick. Kyle's going to grab it, and Kyle's going to break his freaking ankle, and Cole better sell it for the rest of the match. So, I think that's what's going to happen in the first match. RN, street fight. I'm assuming Cole's going to win it, but go ahead, why?
No, I think O'Reilly's going to win the street fight. Like you said, I think from Cole winning the wrestling match, I think one of them is going to be hurt. And I think the street fight is how they take advantage of using weapons, chairs on the body part and all that shit that they're not going to sell for the last match, but they will sell in this one and use weapons and shit to get it over. And I think Kyle O'Reilly's going to win the street fight.
Bob, are you in agreement with me that it's going to be a leg in the street fight?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be a leg.
I agree with that too.
It's going to be a leg that went in the straight up wrestling fight. Hell, it might even be a submission. If Kyle O'Reilly taps out Adam Cole, that would be huge.
Agreed.
And Adam would just be like, what the fuck?
That's what I'm calling for the street fight.
So, so do you want me to go ahead and go?
If there's anything else in the street, if there's anything you think is going to happen in the street fight and why Cole's going to win it.
I think Cole's he's just going to be the more vicious of the two. I think he's going to take that first loss. He's going to take that shit personal. And he's going to fucking come out and he's going to just beat the ever-loving crap out of Kyle O'Reilly till O'Reilly can barely fucking move. If they did it right, he would beat, he's going to beat Kyle O'Reilly in the middle of the ring. And then while the cage is lower, and that's when Kyle can get a little bit of breath back in him. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think Cole wins the second fall, the street fight, definitely.
I say, what's up, Blowout Man streamer? Yeah, I'm glad you guys came over as well. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, it was great. Awesome. I'm in agreement. I think Cole's going to get shocked. I honestly think the first fall could last less than 5 minutes. I think Kyle might get him quick, and that might throw Cole off his game. And so with it not being a complete, beat down in the first match, Cole may have a little more freshness, but he's still going to be selling that leg. I do agree. I think the shock is going to be like back against the wall. You don't corner an angry dog, and Cole's going to come out swinging with every piece of furniture he wants, and the chain may come back out to kind of tie the thread with their unsanctioned match if they want to do that. We'll see. I think that the last shot was some form of weapon on the back of Kyle's head, or maybe a Panama Sunrise on a chair. You never know. But we'll see what Cole chooses to do. But yeah, Cole's going to win the street fight, setting it up 1-1. Katie?
I agree with RN, obviously. I definitely think Kyle's going to use a submission to win the street fight. But like you said, he could bring the chain back and use that because he tried to use the chain multiple times in the unsanctioned match.
He won with it.
Yeah, so listen, it's been a while. I don't really remember outcomes of anything right now. So I definitely think that's what's going to happen, and that's just going to fuel Adam's rage when they get to the cage, and then we'll get there.
Okay, now
can I say something real quick, Dave? I disagree with you on the timing. I think you make the wrestling match long because the wrestling match, it's going to be good, and they're both good professional wrestlers, and they're both very evenly matched. You make the street fight really short because Adam comes back and just beats Kyle O'Reilly within an inch of his life.
That's a good point.
Within 5 minutes, and then you get the street fight out of the way. You don't have to worry about that anymore. You can deal with the cage.
Yeah, I agree. And now I want to look into that because I'm hoping they don't use the escape rules. I hope it's pin or submission inside the cage. We'll see.
They're going to.
I hope you're wrong. I hope
that's how they're going to protect Kyle. They're going to definitely do the escape to protect Kyle, being that Adam is on his way out, and it's you don't have to pin Kyle to make him look bad, but you also get to keep Adam Cole leaving on top and not on his back. They're definitely going to use the escape.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm going to start this one. Kyle O'Reilly's going to win the cage match, and I'm hoping he wins it by submission. I hope he goes back to the leg, and I hope he taps out Adam 2 times out of 3. I think that would be a defining moment for him to be leaving my fearless leader, my best friend. Get your butt out of here. And by the way, I broke your leg on the way out. I think that would be the best way Adam can put him over, and that would cement Kyle as the main player for whatever happens after that. I don't think it's going to be immediately against Joe because I think that's 2 baby faces facing each other, and I don't think they want to do that quite yet. But cocky Kyle turning heel back again, maybe. I don't want to see that, though. I'm just putting stuff out there. I don't think I want to see that, though. But I do think Kyle wins. I think Adam goes on. Not sure where. We have no idea, and I don't want to know. I want to see it. I want to see him shock the world. Whatever he does, whatever happens. So we will see. Bob, how's the match going to go, and is Kyle going to win?
I think Kyle wins. I think here is where they go back to selling Cole's leg, so he can't climb the cage well enough, and that's how Kyle wins, is being able to get out of the cage. Because then again, on the same note as what RN's saying, that still protects Adam Cole because Adam Cole didn't get pinned in the first
right
thing. Yeah, they use their stupid cage rules to get around that, where Kyle gets the escape because Adam can't, Adam's leg's still messed up and he can't climb the cage correctly, and Kyle won't let him get to the door or something. They're gonna gimmick this up.
If I'm right, what happens? Yeah. If there's no escape, what happens?
If there's no escape, it would be if there's no escape, it would have to be a submission because I don't think Kyle pins Adam.
Okay.
Because I don't know if Kyle has a good finisher that he could use on Adam anyway, unless he used one of Adam's.
He's got his knee off the top rope that he does.
The knee off the top rope? Well, then, maybe he uses that. Maybe somehow the chain gets into the cage and the knee off the top rope with the chain, because there's no rules in a cage match anyway. Mm-hmm. He uses that to win. Either way, I hope after this he goes back to being like a shoot fighting badass, which he was when he first went up against Adam Cole, which would be nice because that guy was believable. This dude with the faux hawk walking around looking like Vivian from the Young Ones is it's bad. It's bad. And I liked Kyle too. I liked him. Yeah. And then they ruined him.
Katie?
Anyway.
Cole, it's like RN has been saying, Cole has to go out on top on this. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out how I'm supposed to phrase everything.
That's okay.
Just having him walk out of the cage after beating the shit out of Kyle O'Reilly would be perfect. That'd be the smartest thing to do. You have Cole leave on top. You let Kyle sulk in his wounds for a little bit. When he comes back, he can be this badass that he used to be, or might not have ever been, it depending on who you talk to. I think it's the best way to do it. You just have him beat the shit out of Kyle O'Reilly, have him walk out the cage, and where he goes after, who knows?
Tommy Streamer says Kyle is the Orange Cassidy of NXT. No, because Orange Cassidy is actually over. Kyle's struggling. RN, go ahead.
It's Cole for me. Like I said, same thing Katie said. Like, he has to walk out on top to me. Like I said, certain people I think get a pass when you mean certain things to promotions or brands. And like I said, if there was a title involved, then I would be all for what Bob's saying. I would literally pick it exactly how Bob said if there was a title on the line. I totally agree with you on everything that you said and how that would be the way to do it if there's no title on the line. And this is about to be the main event too. Like, I just don't see how you don't let Adam Cole, even if it's some chicken shit way, somebody debuts and pulls him over the cage or some shit, like, even if it's something smazzy, just like something, like, he has to win this match. Like, I just don't see him.
So you're saying Oscar treatment, undefeated, goes out?
Yeah, like I said, like, even if it's somebody new debuting just to screw Kyle over, or maybe even bring Bobby Fish back for a hot second just to, you know what I'm saying, to screw his
Roddy's still there.
Ex-partner over, like anything. Like I said, like, I don't give a shit what they do. I just know that Adam Cole cannot lose this match.
Yeah,
I counter that with the Ric Flair retirement match. Ric Flair was huge in WWE during that time, during that stretch in his second part with WWE. It was a retirement match. He was going to go out anyway. So he lost the match. Immediately, Shawn Michaels rolls out of the ring, goes to the back. Flair stands up and has his moment in the ring with the fans. You can still do that moment with Adam Cole in the ring with the fans if he loses. He can hobble around the ring and wave to everybody, and everybody can say, thank you, Adam, all they want. He doesn't have to win the match because he's leaving the fucking company anyway. I mean, I think that's pretty much, he's going to AEW to go play in the sandbox with his friends and be with his fucking girlfriend, which is right for him to fucking do. So let him, he doesn't have to go on top. Let him give his buddy the big rub and, go out.
I guess my counter to that would be that would be a great example if it was Ric Flair retiring from WCW and not from WWE. Adam Cole is the Mount Rushmore NXT. Adam Cole's face might be on there twice. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You're not going to get much of an argument for me.
No, we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
If he loses, I think he is definitely going to AEW. That's all. I'll say that.
I mean, if he's smart, he goes there anyway, simply because Vince isn't really going to push him, and there's nobody in the organization that's going to be able to explain to Vince how to use him to get him over. Yeah. If you be like, oh, he's a great promo, just let him do promos. Let him have a stable or something that he's just kind of half managing, half wrestling with people so that he can get over that way. There's nobody that's going to come up with that idea in WWE anymore.
I thought that too until that backstage meeting or whatever secret meeting with Vince at SmackDown.
Yeah,
Vince doesn't do that for just fucking anybody. That you know what I'm saying?
That is true. Here's the one thing. You've all heard me say this. To me, when I look at Adam Cole, I look at Shawn Michaels. And here's the thing. Adam Cole, as whatever he is, I've seen so much of him behind the scenes with Up, Up, Down, Down, with videos he's made with Britt. He's not a jerk like Shawn was. He's not gonna barge into Vince's office, plop himself on the couch, and go, "Here's the way it's gonna go tonight." He ain't gonna do that. And Adam Cole is not. I hate to say this. He doesn't have the same level of superstardom because Shawn was in a vacuum when he became the Heartbreak Kid. There was only a handful of guys in the WWF at the time that could carry the company in the Monday Night Wars until Stone Cold broke out, and Shawn was the guy. Adam Cole is in the midst of, a wave of people that Vince is trying to push and Vince is trying to get behind. So I just don't see him looking at Adam Cole and seeing Shawn and pushing him the way he pushed Shawn back in the 90s. I just don't see that.
The only reason why I disagree with that is because to me, he's the best free agent out there. And
no question about that. No question at all.
He knows what it'll mean if he goes to fucking AEW. It's to the moon if he goes to AEW. They're going to drop all that bullshit that they're doing. It's going to be him versus
AEW's already got CM Punk, supposedly Bryan Danielson supposedly coming in, so they're going to add Adam Cole to that too. They
got to wrap up Hangman Adam Page. They got Darby Allin.
Well, Adam Page I feel bad for Adam Page because he's just getting pushed completely to the side with all these other guys coming in. But
I think Adam Cole's
here's the thing about Adam Cole.
Those guys.
Cole has noodle arms. He's got tiny, tiny little arms and tiny, tiny little shoulders. And his arms and his upper body looks like a middle schooler. I'm sorry, but it does.
Yes, absolutely.
He's a great in-ring talent.
It does.
He really is. But Shawn Michaels still looked like a grown man.
Yeah, he did.
Even though he was smaller, height-wise, he still had a physique. Adam Cole
steroids, bro,
does not have a physique. Hey, if Adam Cole wants to juice up for a little bit, I mean, I'm
just being honest. There's no way a guy. I totally agree with you. I'm not arguing with your point at all. But let's be honest. Shawn Michaels is 5'8", 5'9",
6'1",
no fucking
6'1".
That's sports shit, bro.
No, it's legit.
No, he's 6'1".
Because Hunter's.
I've seen him in person. There's no way that man.
Because Hunter's 6'5", and Sean almost looks him in the eye.
That's those basketball NBA stats, bro. Those motherfuckers are not.
Okay, all right. It's all a conspiracy theory now.
All I'm saying is, Adam Cole could be that big too if he could get some HGH and shit. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I mean, honestly, if Adam Cole wants to juice the right way for a couple of months and get his arms a little bit bigger and pump his chest up a little bit, I mean, as long as he doesn't overdo it and end up looking like fucking Perry Saturn or something, be all right.
I mean, I've heard so much where so many people, especially Bully Ray, has said, if you want the push you are promised, you better get it in writing. And I just don't know if Adam's gonna hold the gun to Vince's head and said, hey, everything you just said, I want it written down right now. So I just don't know.
I think the fact that the offer actually came out over the internet was Vince is like, I'm going to give you an offer. You can take it, but you can also use it to get more money out of Tony Khan if he wants you. And I think that's exactly what Vince did. I think he did the exact same thing.
I don't think that at all. I think that even from that conference call and all that, I don't think that they're trying to fuck. I don't think they're trying to give anything else to AEW after the CM Punk and Daniel Bryan stuff. And me personally,
CM Punk has yet to show up. I don't think
that's what I'm saying.
Punk's
But me personally, I think AEW's dumb if they don't go after all these guys. You have to. I don't know why they're in that Braun Strowman's door every day.
No question.
Oh no, I think that I think they'd be dumb to not go after him, but I also think they need to cut some people off of their damn roster.
They're going to.
Their roster
they're going to.
Too big. And if they can't feature FTR every week in some sort of main event spot, one of the best tag teams in the world, but we see the same fucking Young Bucks match every fucking week. I mean, I'm sorry. It's just it makes me want to choke Tony Khan. Just like,
I'm sorry, FTR is nowhere
better.
Young Bucks are better than FTR. I'm sorry.
That's slander, man. That's
no,
slander.
it's not. Okay. And all that shit they talk, they got their freedom, and they are literally the same fucking tag team they were in WWE. Nothing is different
because there was nothing wrong with them in WWE.
Correct.
They just weren't being booked, and now they're not being used because they've already put over the young assholes. Well, because the Young Bucks ego is so fucking
so if they
huge.
Did it
the Young Bucks ego is so huge. They signed FTR to bring them in, have them job for the Young Bucks, and then take them off television completely, unless it's in either a multiple-man tag match or in a promo. They have had 2
Ash is also injured, by the way. That's why they're off TV.
Just straight tag matches.
No, I understand.
Even before he got injured, all I'm saying is maybe y'all need to take the hint. If they got the same treatment at 2 different companies.
They got the same treatment because the AEW's got 15 freaking fly-around tag teams, and no one wants to watch the ground and pound guys anymore. That's the problem.
Then why would you sign there? No, you sign there to get over, to get that shit over.
It's the EVP's ego is too fragile to have FTR go out there every week and show what a real tag team wrestling match is supposed to look like instead of whatever the hell it is that they do.
I think that they are just maybe not as good as we thought they were. That's all I'm saying.
Katie?
Yeah, the Young Bucks are never as good as anyone thought they were. You're right.
Katie?
This is literally not a conversation about the Young Bucks. This is about TakeOver. What the hell happened here?
It's what always happens when we talk about possible connections.
Well, shit. By the way, he defended AEW is the real question. Is the real thing. What the hell am I doing?
Wrestling and fuck the Tokyo Dome.
Cut his feed. Oh,
gosh.
Cut his feed.
Katie, you're Katie Bebe, and you're. I know you're going to be in Vegas, which you wish TakeOver could be there, but I know we talked a little bit. I know we talked a little bit about this the other night, but any words you want to add to this for your own take? Go ahead.
Nah, I think I'm good.
Okay, well, let me see if the chat's got anything. Tommy Streamer says, I think Bray Wyatt's a bigger free agent than Adam Cole. No. Nope. I think, let's see, Dr. Bob looks like he prescribes himself psychedelics.
What's wrong with that?
Right. Shoot me a script, too. Shit.
That's funny. Adam Cole should just go to AEW and carry Britt's bags. Ooh! Oh my gosh, you did not just say that.
He can't carry Britt's bags. He's got noodle arms.
Oh my gosh, no. It's wow. Vanessa, I'm not even going to acknowledge that comment because that's just disgraceful. In Iraq, I made it 2 plates, 245s on each side, the next level, and I had supplements. Blowout, man. I love you, dude. I love you so much. And then FTR were brought in to validate the Bucks. Yep, there you go. That's what Bob just said. Cole will take a backseat to Britt in AEW. Yeah, probably. We'll see. And then he'll be totally misused.
He'll come in, he'll put over Omega, and then he'll never be used on TV anymore.
See, here's my thing. Okay,
cut his feed, bro. Cut his feed.
There's so much I could say, but I can't form the words.
I know.
No. If Cole goes AEW, he'll be fine. Yeah, he'll take a backseat to Britt because Britt's their biggest fucking star right now. She is the face of the women's division. Did y'all hear the pop when she was in Pittsburgh?
Yep.
She could be the biggest heel in the company for all that fucking matters. She still got that pop because she's actually doing something for their women's division because they're not. And yeah, Adam Cole will be joining a group of stars that are already over there. He might take a backseat. He might not. We don't fucking know.
We don't even
We're
know.
not there. We're not EVPs.
Man, he's a bigger star than everybody in that fucking company.
And with the EVP shit, I mean, Kenny dropped belts to Christian. He's probably gonna drop it to Paige soon.
He dropped the
Christian
Impact belt. Who the fuck cares about the fucking
He's
Impact
dropping
belt?
belts. He's an EVP.
Facts.
He's booking himself in AEW, so he'll drop a belt sooner rather than later. And he already said he wants to retire soon anyway, so this conversation literally took a fucking turn for no reason. Like, I don't get it.
Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah.
Honestly.
No matter what he does, no matter where he ends up, he's Adam Cole, baby. He's, again, I haven't felt for a wrestler like I did for Shawn Michaels until I saw Adam Cole. He has all the potential in the world. He can steal the show. He can headline WrestleMania someday if people will please just do the right thing with him. And so that's all I want for him. That's all I want for the NXT brand. I'm looking forward to this Sunday. It's going to be a great show. It's a great card. And we'll see what happens with NXT in the months ahead with the rebranding and whatever they're saying they're going to do. Hopefully the show isn't too overhauled and too overgutted. And I do hope a lot of these stars we love do find their way to the main roster so they can mix it up and start giving us some good stories and not a bunch of repeat freaking matches on Monday Night Raw. I'm so tired of it. How many times can I see Miz and Morrison versus Damian Priest? I'm done with it. Please, give me some new blood up there.
Hey, I will say I was impressed by Miz out there in loafers and dress slacks putting on a match with Damian Priest. I'm glad to have Miz back.
I'm huge on the Miz. You know that. I love the Miz. I'm just saying I'm tired. I want the Miz and Morrison to go head to head. That's what I really want.
Yeah, well, I want Miz as far away from John Morrison as possible.
Yeah,
facts.
So we'll move forward.
I want the Miz who cut that promo on Daniel Bryan on Talking Smack that dropped my damn jaw. Like I need him to be a little bit more serious.
Absolutely.
And as long as Johnny Drips around, that ain't going to happen.
But we'll get into that later. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on. This has been our takeover. Check your temperature. Again, if you are watching this on twitch.tv/SmackDraw, make sure you follow us and make sure you like the video and share it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure that you like and you comment and you click that bell so that every time we post a video, you'll get notified immediately, and subscribe and share the video with someone that you think might be interested in this. And again, if you want to support our show financially, go to patreon.com/SmackDrawPodcast, or for a one-time donation, go to paypal.me/SmackDrawPod. And if you're listening to us on a podcast right now, thank you so much. Subscribe, leave us a 5-star rating. I think a show like this deserves it. It's been a fun time. Bob, real quick, put yourself over, plug your stuff, what's going on with Back to the Ring and with the Legends Wrestling Federation.
Well, Wrestling Federation, we just had the big Royal Rumble, the LWF Royal Rumble. Razor Ramon won, so he'll be taking on either Dusty Rhodes or Big Show in the takeover. As far as Back to the Ring goes, this week we'll be recording a new episode with a double shot of NXT UK, and we'll be reviewing Starrcade 83, Flair for the Gold. So that's going to be a good one. A lot of big names in that one. At one point, Flair and Piper are talking about stuff, and Ricky Steamboat and Dusty Rhodes and Jay Youngblood walk by the two of them in the background. So it's going to be pretty good. You can find us at Back to the Ring on Twitter or at Bob Zevon. That's my personal account. That's where I try to do the majority of my personal feelings. But I kind of switch back and forth between the two. Either way, also a shout out to Blowout Man at Ohana Wrestling Federation and at Unknown Superstar, who has been my co-host for the past few weeks. And we're really we're rolling on it, and it's going to be really good. You can always find us. The show is called Back to the Ring. You can find us anywhere you find quality podcasts and not so quality podcasts, as it were. Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, RN, go ahead, plug your stuff, man.
Catch us at Smack Raw Pod, Mr. 8984 on Twitter, Mean Jelly Bean Memes on Facebook, Route 4 Kennels on IG if you're looking for some Frenchies or bullies. Don't forget the hashtag MuteRN.
Awesome. And last but certainly not least, She Elite Showcase's own. I'm going to miss you, Katie, but hopefully we'll get able to do some stuff in the near future. For those of you that don't know, Katie and Savannah on the She Elite Showcase are going to be flapping their wings and leaving the SmackDraw nest to take She Elite Showcase on the main road, and we're very, very excited for her. So, Katie, please plug the She Elite Showcase and everything you guys are planning for the future.
Yeah, so like Bama said, we're going to finish out August with the SmackDraw fam, and then come like mid-September, we're going to start doing everything over there. I still got to get everything set up, which will be after Vegas because I don't have time, obviously, now. We're going to have the She Elite Showcase, kind of like our umbrella show. And then that'll be like our like podcast we do every week.
Right.
And then Savannah's going to have a New Japan show. I'm going to start doing interviews type stuff. And then we're going to do some type of super show-esque thing every month. I'm still working out details with everything.
Awesome.
But we're going to start putting a lot more content out there. And I'm very excited. And yeah, I'm a year in and I'm taking my shit and running and starting to build my own stuff.
You deserve it.
Traitor.
I'm proud of you. You're going to do
Shut
awesome.
up.
Oh, stop it. She's going to do great. I'm proud of her. And guys, you can find me at BamaDave24. You can find the Bammer Slammer podcast at Bammer Slammer on Twitter. And you can find us, of course, under the SmackDraw brand at SmackDraw on Twitter and everything else. Yeah, Bob?
Katie, while you're in Vegas, the Bellagio has one of the best buffets in Vegas. I've been to Vegas like 4 times. Go to the buffet at the Bellagio. It is insanely good. Just the desserts alone are worth the price of admission, but the rest of the food is fantastic. I've never seen a mountain of shrimp for shrimp cocktails before until I went there, and I was like, "What?
Holy shrimp!"
Yes, seriously. Like it really is. Like
awesome.
The Bellagio
It's the
is
best
just
for sure.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
I won't make a promise because like I'm only there for like 4 days, but I'll try.
There you go. That's enough.
All right.
That's good for me.
Well, I think it's only appropriate considering what's happening on Sunday. Guys, would you mind joining me? Until the next time we drop the hammer, thank you for watching us here and checking your temperature with us on the Bammer Slammer. And that, my friends, is undisputed. Y'all have a good night.
It's been your pleasure.